across pro football. The Miami Dolphins have a new starting quarterback, and he walked through the doors at Dolphins headquarters today. Jay Cutler talked into coming out of the broadcast booth, out of retirement, and said this today at his introductory news conference.
No guarantees. I just kind of come here to help and get back into football. We'll kind of see how it goes. What was the other question?
What prompted you to forego your broadcasting career?
A situation like this, just doesn't come along very often. I know Adam very well. I've known him since '06, the first year I came out. I know the system. You're talking about a playoff team with a lot of really, really good football players, a lot of potential. So it's one of those things that there weren't a lot of opportunities or jobs out there. If they would have came up, I would have taken. But
there weren't any.
This has got to be top of the list.
Jay, what kind of training have you been doing the past 4 months or so, and how was your shoulder that you had repaired in December?
Oh, that's good. That's good. In December, by March, I was cleared on that one. So I'm a little bit behind these guys. They've been going through training camp and stuff like that. So
a little.
I'm not quite there yet, but it won't take me long.
You're 8 months behind.
It was hard. It was definitely hard. I like you said, the last 4 months I've been in a different mode, different mindset, getting ready for the Fox deal, and it was really, pretty good with where I was in my life. I was around the kids a lot, and felt pretty content. So weighed back and forth on this. I'd probably say my wife Kristen probably talked me into it more than anybody else could.
Jay, what kind of playing shape are you in right now? How long do you think it's going to take?
Well, the good thing is I play quarterback, so I don't really have to be in that great of cardiovascular shape. But I'll be fine. Adam knows kind of what I've been up to, so we'll figure it out along the way.
What is it about Adam that makes you guys click so much?
I think he's really good. I think he's really good at his job. He takes care of quarterbacks, kind of look at his track record of where he's been. Even whenever I met him in Detroit, he was always learning and getting better. San Fran, Denver, everywhere he's been around quarterbacks, they've been successful.
Jay, was it a bit of a whirlwind for you last week? All of a sudden, you had one thought for how your life was going, and Tannehill's hurt, and you get this phone call.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing you kind of have to process there is, I think everyone probably in the room kind of forecasts what they're going to be doing, and, a week from now, a couple weeks, a month, and, you kind of have that in your mind of what's going to happen. We're going on vacation this week, and then we start up the Fox thing, head to the preseason game. So my son's birthday's tomorrow. So there was things that, you just kind of have planned in your life, and to get something like this thrown, it takes a little bit to kind of process and figure out what direction you want to go.
When Adam reached out, whether it was through text or a phone call, what was the message?
He asked what kind of shape I was in. Because we've kept in touch, just cordially, how the kids, how things going. And, I told him I was good to go. And, it was very short, very brief. And, they didn't know what the situation was going to be here. And I kind of went from there.
So after you decided to work for Fox and before the Dolphins called, how often did you throw footballs around on a daily basis?
I got 2 boys, so we're always doing something. And I'd go down to Vandy and do some stuff down there. And, I was playing basketball in the mornings, and there's football camps there. So, you're around it. You can answer it. But it'd come back pretty quickly. I'm not worried about my arm and the throwing part. Getting used to these guys and how they're getting out of breaks and a little bit more detailed stuff. That's some of the stuff we're gonna have to kind of hit the fast forward button on again. Get used to that.
Jay, did you say your wife wanted you to play? She was pushing you to play?
Yeah, I think she got tired of me around the house. It was a little different. So, I think she saw it from a different lens and saw kind of what kind of opportunity this was, and she was all for it.
Jay, did you kind of feel like you were playing the way Adam was recruiting you?
I did. It was kind of like a recruiting experience there for a little bit. But he gave me space too. He knew, he gave me his spiel, and I talked to some other people I'm close to, and then he gave me a lot of space to kind of decide what I wanted to decide.
Looking at this roster, how does it stack up amongst the other, teams that you've played against this one?
It's a young team, I think mixed in with some really good vets. Playoff team from last year. It's got a lot of dudes. I mean, the offensive side, you got a lot of guys that can make some plays from the backfield, wide receiver, tight ends, offensive line. They lost Teddy, last week, so that's going to hurt a little bit. But it's a very, very talented roster.
Do you go into this as strictly a one-year deal, or you're coming into it as 1 year and we'll see where this takes you?
I'm going into one day. I mean, I gotta, you got a lot of things I gotta process and get used to. I mean, I was in one place for 8 years. So, I mean, this is gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna be a transition period. I just want to get to this next meeting, figure out where the dinner room is, and then we'll start running the offense and learning some guys' names.
Jay, why did it work so well between you and Adam Gase in 2015?
I think he does a really good job of putting quarterbacks in good positions. He knows his personnel. He knows defenses, how to attack them. I think he does a really good job of being consistent with the run and the pass, and not getting not too heavy on one or the other. And he's got a good feel. I think play calling is kind of an art form, and it's not for everybody. And he's got that feel.
What's something specific that Coach Gase told you all the time that kind of resonates with you even right now as you stand there?
Adam talks a lot. He talks a lot in the headset too. I don't know. He's always so supportive though. I think that's, as a quarterback, that's what you know the most. He's got your back. He's going to support you through thick and thin, and you're always going to be in good spots.
Jay, what are your thoughts on coming into a situation where it's not like they didn't have a quarterback? There is a guy who it's been his team for a while.
It's tough. I've been injured before. I know what that feeling is like a quarterback, to be hurt and not be able to help your team, and kind of feel isolated a little bit, like an outcast. So it's hard, and I wish Ryan the best through whatever decision he has to make, and I'm sure he's going to come back stronger.
Sounds good. All right.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
We'll keep you updated on the official.